What is up? We are live, I think. Are we live?
Says
It
so.
looks like we are.
Yeah, so
I thought we just pissed around with your
been a
settings.
while. It's been a while. It's been a while since I was live on my own channel. I was live last night, obviously, on your channel, Gareth. Yes, we are live tonight to discuss the biggest movies. Well, not just the biggest movies, the biggest action movies, sci-fi movies, horror movies of 2024 with Gareth, who will be here for 10 minutes?
10 hours?
I was here 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we'll get another half an hour out of Gareth and obviously Dave as well. So yeah, we're gonna just jump into like a lot of the big releases coming out over the next 12 months. We were and we will. So obviously you can break it down into two categories. We've got like the big horror releases, which maybe me and Dave will cover more when Gareth's fucked off. But I thought, maybe before we get to the horror releases, because I thought maybe while Gareth's still with us, we'll delve more into like more of the mainstream stuff. Like a lot of the action movies coming up. No, because I know you're more. I'd rather get your opinion on like some of the more like sci-fi action movies and shit. So,
Okay.
Basically, because there's a lot of stuff coming out this year. There's a lot of stuff we know a lot about, there's stuff we don't know so much about. But in terms of like what we think is going to be a big hit, what we think is going to be just an absolute pile of dog shit. I mean, it's hard to tell at this point in time. Things like Ghostbusters that could go either way. So we don't really know. So it's basically just a case of like, what do we think? What are our hopes? What are our expectations? And are we remotely excited about some of these? Because basically, the vast majority of this stuff is franchise, which is pretty much the way of the world now. It's like everything pretty much now is part of a franchise. In fact, I've made a note of like the big upcoming movie releases which are non-horror related, and I think every single movie here is connected to an ongoing franchise or is a remake of a TV show. There's just nothing original at all. I mean, literally, there's nothing. Let's quickly jump in the chat. We got what's up, Dan? Got Franz. Hang on, has Franz changed his username? He wasn't always Franz Sanchez 2021, was he?
I think so.
Was he? Okay.
I don't know. I only read the first part.
What's up, Sean? Yeah,
Sure.
I will mention Dune 2 now because Dune 2 wasn't in this list that I brought up. That is my biggest hope for 2024. That's the best film for me of 2020. Best movie of the year. Okay, fuck off, Gareth.
No, your mic exploded.
Is it?
No, that's good. It's all right now.
It's all right now, yeah.
It did this last time as well. It just blew up for no reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that Dune 2 for me is like my biggest hope for this next 12 months. I mean, I don't know about you guys. But I love the first Dune movie, not the David Lynch movie, but the Nicholas. I can't say his name, but it was Nicholas Winding Refn, wasn't it? Who directed it?
Which one?
Dune? No. I think it was.
Oh no, it wasn't. Jacques Villeneuve.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds right.
No, Nicholas Winding. That shows how much I appreciate the film. I don't even know who directed the fucking thing. I always get them two fucking directors mixed up though.
I can see.
Are they both French? I don't know.
They're from Europe.
Yeah, maybe.
We left that behind.
Canadian. I don't know. Yeah, so that's my big hope for 2024. I mean, I don't know about Dave. I don't know if you've watched the original Doom movie or
no. I haven't, mate. No, it's just never appealed to me. I haven't seen the original one back in the 80s neither.
No, I've not seen that.
No,
that looked like complete dog shit, and I've
only made it halfway through that, and that was 3 hours.
Yeah, I've got no desire to watch that movie at all. But the new Doom movie from a couple of years ago, I've got no knowledge of the books or the original movie, and I just loved it. So
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to this.
I went in blind. I didn't. Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Way better than Blade Runner 2049, in my opinion.
No.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of mixed reactions about Dune anyway. There's people, it's like two extremes for that movie, though. There's people that absolutely love it
Yeah,
or
it's a
loathe
very,
it.
it's like
There's
a
no
Marmite
in
movie.
between with it, really. It's weird.
Well, it's probably a bit like the Blade Runner 2049 movie because I like the original Blade Runner film. I fucking hated that sequel. I fucking hated it. I just didn't get on board with that at all. But I know a lot of people love that sequel, but not for me.
Yeah,
Not for me at all. So rather than me just reeling off a list of movies, I'll let you you know, if you've got anything you're looking forward to, non-horror related, coming up in the next year.
I didn't
These
know
guys have checked this list. Yeah, no, I make lists. You see, I've made lists. I'm
Oh, read
prepared.
the list out. Save me.
Shall I just read the list instead? That
read some of the list. I'll say
okay.
thumbs up, thumbs down.
A movie I've got no fucking desire for, and I reckon Dave is probably fucking hyped for this movie.
I know what you're going to say.
Do you though? I don't know. It's it's Furiosa, the new Mad Max movie. It's coming out.
I
fucking hated Fury Road. Overrated. Fucking shite. Hated that fucking movie, man. Hated it. So shit.
It's one of my favorite action movies I've ever seen. I absolutely loved Fury Road, mate. Loved it. But in saying that, mate, I'm not too arsed about this new one coming out this year. It just doesn't appeal to me.
I haven't watched the trailer though, so it's probably
I've seen the trailer. It looks okay. I mean, but I'm not bothered about her backstory whatsoever. I couldn't care less. I would rather like a Mad Max 5. I'd rather Mad Max just carry on.
Is Tom Hardy not in this film then?
No.
Well, as far as we know, no.
So
unless
this
he's surprised.
Is this going to be so? This is a female-led. This is a female-led Mad Max film.
Basically, yes.
Fucking
spin-off.
I didn't know.
The ballerina as well. Spin-off John Wick film.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that.
I've heard.
She is.
Bit. Yeah. So basically, they're all copying the MCU sort of template, which means failed box office takens.
That's what Hollywood wants nowadays, mate. So yeah.
Okay, Hollywood. Okay, I'd love to be. I mean, it wouldn't work because I'd never get the job. I'd love to be like like an exec at some Hollywood studio and just go in and go, "Do you want to make money? Because I've got an idea for you." And they probably listen to me and go, "Yeah, you're talking shit, mate." And I'd walk out, and then the idea would have made them a fucking millions and billions of dollars. But no, then they're all in there at the office, all drinking their soy lattes, going, "Fucking knobhead, what? Muscly male action lead? Fuck off! Come on, let's get this 5'2" female into play the lead character. Oh, come on."
Sam Scouser in a bedsit bags loads of fit birds. Is that your
trying to take us back to the 80s and 90s? How dare he?
I know. Where movies made money as well.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's
crazy what makes money.
It's a crazy concept nowadays, isn't it?
It is a crazy concept, how to make money in movies. Oh my god. So Furiosa. That's a no then, is it?
Yeah, I won't be going to
I'm not fussed at all.
Another movie I've got a lot of reservations for. Not that I think it's going to be ruined by agenda, but maybe it will be actually, because Deadpool 3 now owned by Disney. That could be a disaster.
It's in trouble.
I hope it isn't though. I've got my fingers crossed. I hope.
Keep saying it isn't it? But yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of cameos to get through.
Yeah, I hope they can take the piss out of themselves, but we'll see.
They definitely need to be able to take the piss. If they can't take the piss out of the fact that Disney now own, then they've missed a trick there.
Yeah,
a wasted opportunity in it.
Yeah, and it's just no one's going to believe it if they don't do that, because people are going to think, "Oh, come on." Because that's exactly what Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool character would do. He would that would be the first thing he would do, is make a reference to the fact that Disney now, So if they don't do that, then
Yeah, he made plenty of Fox jokes in the first two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm hopeful though. It gets a thumbs up from me because I love the Deadpool movies. So I'm actually really looking forward to this one, and I just hope they can. Just fingers crossed for that one. They need to be able to take the piss out of everything that's happened. Really, they have to. If they don't, like I say, it's a wasted opportunity. And I
mean, I love the first Deadpool movie, but the second one, not so much. It's okay.
I love them both just as much as each other.
What we got? Oh, now we also got a new Godzilla movie that I know fuck all about, which apparently is dropping the new Empire.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, mate. I've got
Is
to
that
be honest.
Godzilla and Kong teaming up?
I think so.
Yeah, the fact that like nobody knows anything about it and it's dropping in like the summer is not really a very good positive thing about.
I don't mind Kong versus Godzilla, but yeah, I'm not in a rush.
Yeah, it was okay.
I think that franchise is kind of like just done its. I mean, I love the Godzilla from 2014. I think that's great. I think that's by far the best. That
Center of the Earth is a whole new
universe.
planet,
but I mean, this the Godzilla Kong. I mean, it's like it's a Godzilla and Kong together again. It's like because they haven't really got anything else to go. I mean, they can bring in new baddies, but it's just Godzilla and Kong again, and like being there, done that really.
Yeah, the humans are the weakest point.
Yeah, but the good thing about the original Godzilla movie, well, not the original, but you know, the Godzilla movie from 2014 is they had the strong cast of like human characters.
Yeah,
who made it. I mean, Bryan Cranston who gets killed off like in the first half an hour, but like you got someone of his like caliber, you know, on board just to give it a bit of weight to it, and then they kill him off. But
and he's so good in that movie as well.
Yeah,
he's brilliant. Like really brought his A game for that. Yeah. But I'm the same as you, mate. I enjoyed the 2014 one. I actually quite liked Skull Island. I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
But like, Godzilla Kong I thought was okay, but I've never been like a huge Godzilla fan anyway, so I can take it or leave it really.
Yeah, and another franchise, obviously, which is just getting regurgitated now. Which you know, the original trilogy, not the original trilogy, but the remake trilogy from the 2010s, the Planet of the Apes movies. We got the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is obviously going to jump forward again. About another, is it 100 years? It's jumping forward. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but it's getting closer and closer to that remake of the original Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to. I mean, if they can, the good thing about this is they can't really, because of the setting, they can't really start enforcing loads of like sort of like modern, making it for modern. You know, they can, because it's the way it is. It's just they can just avoid all that shit.
Yeah,
and like the first three films certainly avoided all that because they were kind of before 2016 when everything went a bit nuts.
Yeah.
But I mean, there wasn't a weak movie in that trilogy from 10 years ago. I mean,
no,
I thought the third film was a little bit flat for me, but the first two were classics for me. You know, Rise and is it Dawn? I just think Dawn. I think Dawn was just like the standout. I thought that was just an amazing movie.
Oh, Dawn was brilliant. But what a lovely surprise Rise of the Planet of the Apes was, because I didn't expect anything from that movie at all.
No,
like I really didn't. And I remember going to watch it, and I was just so surprised. It was probably my favorite film of that year, weirdly enough. By the end of it,
yeah. I know it was kind of like just out of left field, and like I mean, that was like 2012, was it? Or 20? Is it older than that?
Maybe 2011.
It came out every 2 years.
Yeah, I think 2011 it came out, mate. Yeah, if I was to have a guess.
Yeah, 12, 11, 13, 15 makes sense.
Yeah.
And then later on in the year, we've got a sequel that I don't think anyone needed. There's the Joker sequel, which is probably going to be a part musical or some shit. I don't know, but
apparently, yeah, that's just weird to me. And then they cast Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, and I thought, well, that probably kind of confirms it a little bit. Then maybe,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with that, mate. It worries me. But this is a film that just does not need a sequel at all.
Yeah, it's not going to make $1 billion, is it? Like the original.
No. But
not.
Who knows? Like it could be good. It could be better than the first one. But at this present moment in time, I don't care about it at all. I've got to be honest.
I don't honestly know where they can go with it. with this one because like the origins of the Joker from the first movie, obviously, like make it what it is. With this movie, it's like if he's already established, like what, like who's going to be like, who's going to be like the good guy if he's the Joker? I mean, are they going to have like are they going to have like a protagonist like a Batman or you know what I mean? Like who's I don't know how they're going to work it. So I don't know.
I don't know. Don't know what they're going to do.
All about relationship, isn't it? Like Napoleon did.
Let's just jump into the chat. Dan mentions Winnie the Pooh 22 buys a ticket for the win. Yeah. I know Dave was a big fan of Winnie the Pooh.
So I don't have to.
Fran says Dune 2 and Joker 2 are the only films I really care about this year, though I might give The Iron Claw a try. Yeah, I need to check that out when it comes on air streaming. Looking forward to Longlegs, the new detective movie for Nick Cage. I've not heard anything about that film.
No, I've not known that one.
But Nicolas Cage has probably got about 19 films coming out this year. So
detective should be good.
Robert Eggers.
Neither did I with that one though with Legs, but a couple of days ago they've been releasing like cryptic teaser trailers throughout January, and they're only like a few seconds longer whatsoever. But every single one has been creepy as hell. Yeah. So it's got me like really interested in this movie. If Nicolas Cage is playing a serial killer or something, so
Nicolas Cage will play anything. Nosferatu, Robert Eggers' Nosferatu movie is dropping this year. I've not really heard much about it, but Robert Eggers is definitely Robert Eggers did The Lighthouse, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen that. I mean, a lot of people rave about it. I just don't.
Yeah, he did, mate. Yeah.
That's going to be one where I'd have to kind of like force myself to press the play button because I just can't. I don't know. You know, I like what I like, and a black and white movie with set in a lighthouse. It's
and
really
in 4x3, isn't it?
It's what?
It's just in 4x3 in black and white as well. So it's only a square, and it's all about Willem Dafoe farting a lot.
Yeah, it was one I'd have to rewatch it. Yeah.
Sean says, "Don't start bad-mouthing Blade Runner. I'm warning you."
Yes. His picture's a hint.
Yeah, he thinks 2049 is a masterpiece.
See?
The only thing about is the masterpiece in that movie is Ana de Armas is just Ana de Armas in general.
She can't do no wrong.
I would agree with that. I would agree with
Only thing I didn't like about Sean says the only thing I didn't like about Fury Road was Mel wasn't Max. I mean, I didn't like Tom Hardy as I couldn't understand the word he said in the entire film either.
I could kind of understand that because I would like to see an old man Mel Gibson in a Mad Max movie. I think it would work well.
What's up, Jay? Bong Joon-ho new film with Robert Pattinson called Mickey 17. Look, so he directed Parasite, did he?
I think so. Yeah,
I think he did.
I didn't watch that actually.
The fact that like Mike likes House on Hill but not Fury says it all. Well, you know.
Each to their own.
Furiosa has been released the same day as the new Apes movie. I bet they will both cancel one another at the box office. It could be another Barbenheimer, couldn't it? You know.
I think it might be what they're aiming for, but probably won't work.
No, it could be, but I think the Apes movie will probably be Furiosa.
No. Oh, what's up, Jess? If you like 2014, it can't be you haven't enjoyed King of the Monsters or Godzilla vs. King Kong. I don't know.
Godzilla vs. Kong was better, wasn't it? But
Skull Island is decent, but it would have been better without Brie Larson. Yeah, most things are better without Brie Larson, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she was in that movie.
Yeah.
Mike does not speak for my channel.
Obviously, because I will see we'll get on to Ghostbusters 4 now. So next up, Ghostbusters 4. So, like, you know, it's like Ghostbusters Afterlife. It brings it back a little bit from the fucking train wreck that was Ghostbusters 2016. But
2016,
it was fucking shite. We all know it was shit.
It was bad. It was awful.
I got whoa. The only sexist thing about that movie was the women ogling Chris Hemsworth. Man, come on, that was sexist. No. That was very sexist from the ladies in that movie.
That's justice.
That's allowed now. I haven't got a problem. Listen, if women want to ogle Chris Hemsworth, that's fine by me, as long as we can ogle a female secretary in a new.
Well, they did the same to him in Thor, Rock and Love and Thunder, didn't they? Stripped in.
Well,
naked, didn't
exactly. If you remember the original Ghostbusters, I don't remember Janine getting ogled over by the fellas. You know, she's just like a plain Jane with glasses.
Well,
and then
I was just going to say she was no Chris Hemsworth, was she?
No,
Yeah,
she wasn't.
Venkman did sedate Sigourney Weaver with
She did.
a drug he bought with him.
Yes.
Well, a date.
Different times.
Different
times.
Oh, you got to love the 80s, haven't you?
Yeah. So what I was going to say is like Afterlife was okay. It was better than 2016, but it lacked that New York setting. For me, a Ghostbusters movie's got to be set in New York.
Yeah.
So putting in as some like Backwardsville, Alabama, somewhere, whatever the fuck it was set. I'm no interest in that. You know, I want to see Ghostbusters in fucking New York City. You know, so
Yeah.
that's what they're going to go for with this new movie. I'm
Yeah.
hopefully they're filming it in New York, and then they're just going to pretend that it's in New York and film it in some. They're not going to film it in fucking Liverpool like they do with Captain America.
The Batman did.
The fucking hubcaps and the fucking Ecto-1 are getting stolen.
That would happen.
You said it, not me.
No,
when I
like
say
you know my thought on Afterlife. I absolutely loved it. It was just like the piece of nostalgia I needed with Ghostbusters for that movie.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And I'm really looking forward to this new one. I've got my fingers crossed for this. I'm hoping it's going to be just as good.
Yeah, hopefully
as
the main
Afterlife
cast
for
in
me.
it a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what it needed. That's what I missed in the last one. Even though as much as I loved it, I missed the original Ghostbusters being in
Yeah,
a
hopefully
bit
not
more.
taken out in the first 5 minutes and then appear at the end again.
Let's hope not.
It
No,
definitely felt like a token gesture at the end of Afterlife where they brought the old cast back. It just felt like a token gesture.
yeah.
Like it was just like forced in rather than that organic. You know, the way they just at the end they just walk in and like, oh, they're just gonna turn up now, and it's just like it's so
I know.
stupid.
When you really think about it, it's a bit dumb. But I watched that in the Full House, mate, and the cinema went crazy when they came out. So it was crowd pleasing for a lot of people, you know. But I found like the whole league on, but at the end, I was nearly crying at all.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, I had a tear in my eye with that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. But very hopeful for this new one. I love the trailer to it. So yeah.
A sequel to a film I didn't even know existed, National Treasure 3. I didn't even know there was National Treasure 2.
Yeah. There was a TV series last year, but that was Whammon based as well. So
Oh fuck!
on Disney, but yeah.
What was
I think
National
Nick Cage
Treasure?
is back.
Is Nick Cage in when was National Treasure 2? I don't even remember that movie coming out.
Yeah,
It was
it was the
year or so
was
after the
it the
original.
book
Was it?
or something?
Book of not Book of Shadows. It was the other one, Book of Secrets or something. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah,
I've seen the original. I don't remember a thing about the sequel.
they're both good. But I didn't know there was a third one coming out. It's not with Nicolas Cage, though, is it? Because we would
I've no
heard about
idea.
it, surely.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Nicolas Cage will appear in anything.
Pretty much.
I mean, his resume now is like he appears in movies I've like, I'm like thinking, how did he make this film? This guy was like, a box office draw, at what still is kind of, and then hasn't he got like massive debt though?
He must have cleared it by now, but yeah, that was the reason, wasn't it? Castles in England.
Being a movie star, you'd think he could clear like any sort of divorce settlements or anything like quite quickly. It's not like he's just like doing what we do.
Isn't Robert De Niro doing the same?
Well, yeah, Robert De Niro's got a kid at like 79 or something. So like,
a lot of lead in his pencil.
Yeah, Viagra's a hell of a drug.
Sponsored by Real 50.
Reminds me of
another movie that's dropping this year. I don't think anyone expected a sequel to this film, and I don't think I hope it doesn't go with this title. But Gladiator 2, like seriously, they can't seriously be considering using that as a title for a movie.
I don't think they will be. Maybe
surely
change
to
it.
God.
It'll be Gladiator with something else under it, like
yeah. But even that would make it sound really like just a straight video sort of like. I think they need to go with just something. I don't know. Ridley Scott's I'm guessing Ridley Scott's involved. He must be directing.
I think so. Yeah,
I think he is. Yeah, it's got a good cast though.
Who's playing like the main lead?
I think it's Denzel. Well, I think it's Denzel Washington. I know he's casting it.
He can't be the main lead, like gladiator guy. He's fucking 70.
He can be whatever he wants to be, Mike. He's that
Can
good.
be.
But I think
I've
Pedro
heard from
Pascal's cast.
Yeah, I've heard from Equalizer. I've not seen Equalizer 3, but apparently he's starting to look a bit. He's not really up for like the role now of doing like all these crazy stunts and stuff.
Yeah,
I loved Equalizer 3, mate. I thought it was great. He does well in it. He is looking older though, but he's in his late 60s now, isn't he? So
yeah.
You know, it's going to be. But same with this one, mate. This Gladiator movie, I don't care about it at all.
No, no.
At all. No. So, but I'll check it out just for like Denzel because like I'm a big fan of his.
For the views.
Yeah. But basically, yeah. But other than that, I couldn't really care less.
They use like this could push me over 1,000 subscribers.
Or make me lose another 10 a month.
Actually, I said every single film on this list was just a remake or like some sort of like sequel. There is one original movie that's Argyle with Henry Cavill, which drops this next month, is it?
Yeah,
I believe so.
From obviously the makers of Kingsman.
Yeah,
this looks interesting. I mean, this could be the movie that proves that Henry Cavill should have been Bond, which he'll obviously never be now. But
no,
I think there's still time.
Man from Uncle did that
to do it.
This is probably a CGI mess.
If they're not gonna, he won't make the next Bond, and by the time of the fall, he'll be 50. So it's too late. He's already 40.
Yeah.
So which is already kind of like at the upper limit of like getting cast as a
he's still young, mate. Stop it.
Roger Moore,
he's all right.
No, I know we're all old. I know we're all Dave. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult to accept. We all think we're still like in our like 20s, but it's like how old was Daniel Craig when he got cast in Casino Royale?
I think he was
younger than us.
He was 36, 37.
Yeah.
And then
how old's Daniel Craig now?
Skyfall, he was too old.
Yeah.
For the character.
Like, that's one of the reasons Idris Elba missed out.
Yeah,
he would made a good Bond, and obviously Idris Elba's like, fucking hell, he's older than you, Gareth.
Yeah.
He's really old.
Yeah, I forgot about that in Skyfall. They were saying like he was too old, but he was only supposed to be like 42, 43.
Yeah. He's like 3 years after Casino Royale.
I mean, I don't know where they're going to go with the new Bond. I mean, I've literally no idea. They've obviously not decided yet. I still think they're desperately trying to go with someone. They're trying to find someone who is not like a white guy. And I think they're just trying to find the perfect non-white guy. And if it worst comes to worst, they'll just go with the best white guy. But I mean, I think they've been looking at this Bridgerton guy for like the longest time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine with it. I mean, he needs to bulk up a little bit, like, because he looks a bit. I mean, he can bulk up.
Yeah,
there's lots of good steroids. There's lots of
Daniel Craig. Be a good choice.
If Daniel Craig can bulk up because if you've seen Daniel Craig before Bond, he did not look like a Bond. Have you ever seen Enduring Love?
Yes,
he's just like a skinny little. He's not a Bond. He's not even like. I wouldn't even say he's conventionally good looking. He just looks weird. And like how they turned him into Bond is just like they did a really good job. But
I still think they're probably going to go with that Taylor Johnson fella. That's my gut feeling. Your guy that was in like Bullet Train and he's about to be Kraven the Hunter.
I don't know who that is.
But yes,
he was in Kick-Ass.
Right,
Aaron Taylor Johnson, his name is.
Oh, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. If we said Taylor Johnson,
he did.
But I just didn't.
I was like Taylor Johnson, and I said Aaron Taylor. I was like, yeah. He's married to some like 60-year-old woman.
Yeah, that's him.
Because she's a director.
Yeah,
I think that's how he's kind of like got some of his roles. Maybe.
Man's a genius as well. Then
his wife is like some sort of influential like 60-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Like,
she directed 50 Shades of Grey, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't play Christian Grey in that movie then. But I mean, yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah, Bullet Train, that was fucking shite. That movie, I hated that film.
Did you like it though?
No, I thought it was shit.
I like
it was one of those. It was too. It just thought it was too cool for school, and it didn't work. It can work when the movie's good, but when the movie's in my opinion, If the movie isn't good enough and you're trying to be too cool for school, it just falls flat. It went to. I mean, to me, it was just like Guy Ritchie light.
It was.
If Guy Ritchie directed that movie, it would have been so much better.
Mm.
And when I compare that movie to The Gentleman or like Lock, Stock or Snatch, just it doesn't even match up.
Yeah. Oh, I love The Gentleman. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Gentleman. The
Love
TV
that
shows,
movie.
the TV shows out this month, I think.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, but do you remember the Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels TV show from the on ITV? That was fucking shite.
It
Did
was
they do a
awful.
Snatch one as well? I can't remember.
I don't think. Well, I don't know.
Don't remember that.
No,
one.
it must have been Lock, Stock I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like every week it was like Lock, Stock and it was
Yeah.
a different. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was just full of like future EastEnders actors.
True.
It's just like. So we've got 2 movies left to talk about. We've got The Fall Guy, which is a remake of the TV show.
I love the TV show. I don't have faith in the movie version.
No, I don't ever.
I mean, if we're talking about a TV show that's 40 years old as well, it's kind of like how many people? What are the modern audience going to know what The Fall Guy is?
Yeah, true.
It's a 40-year-old.
And another thing as well, I'm kind of sick of Ryan Gosling as well. I don't know about anybody else. I
never watched Barbie, so
No, I know.
well, neither did I. But
he is everywhere last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, I've liked him in like a couple of
films.
movies and stuff, but I just don't get the appeal with the guy at all.
No.
Have you not seen The Nice Guys?
Yeah, I mean, I like The Nice Guys and I like Drive. But other than that, yeah, whatever.
Was it The Grey Man, that Netflix film?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That was all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
and Blade Runner. I mean, he was good in that.
Perfect movie for him. Just like mumble his way through a movie and like just show little emotion. Bit like I love Drive. But
yeah, I like Drive. That sounds like a Steven Seagal movie you were talking about. Just mumble through the motions, you'll be fine.
So one last film on this list that I brought up, which is non-horror.
Good.
Venom. Sorry, you want to go to Venom 3?
Yeah, not a fan of either. First,
I like them there. I don't mind the first movie. The second one, no, not so much. It's just
it made no sense how he worked.
They're short. They're like 90 minutes long. It's
They are.
It's you know what I mean. They don't take themselves too seriously as well. It's just I quite like it's just.
Did you forget Madame Web is out, or is that next year?
Oh God, no, that is
not
out next month.
Not even what I've heard about. I don't know anything about it.
Oh,
this year's The Marvels.
Yeah.
Is this another MCU film? Is it?
Yeah, I think this is going to bomb badly.
Every MCU movie is going to bomb badly.
It isn't MCU; it's a Sony one, like Venom, but
okay.
They can't use the Marvel characters; they have to use the old ones.
So, who the hell who's Madam Web? I've no idea.
Oh, there's Craven as well. Is that this year? That's got Aaron, what's his face in?
It's supposed to be, yeah. It was supposed to come out last year, like September last year, but then it got pushed into summer this year, I think, or like September, something like that.
Maybe reshoots.
Yeah. It looks okay, to be honest, but they always do sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, the trailers.
A good trailer can work wonders for the shit film.
Because that was the same for like Venom for me. Like I remember watching the trailer to the first one and thinking, actually, this looks pretty good. And my God, did that movie disappoint me? Like honestly, it has
a fight in the dark at the end, doesn't it? He's black and white, and the guy's black and red. So good luck seeing who's going where.
And then also, I mean, I'm a fan of Tom Hardy as well. I think he's great in pretty much anything he does, but I think he's bad in these movies.
He's not
really bad.
Yeah, his voiceover work.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into the chat. Gareth, go to bed. Fran says, I know it's a couple of years away, but the new Blade sounds like a shit show. I've not heard much about the new Blade movie. I'm just...
Yes, it does. Well, they're changing it up now, aren't they? Because it got leaked out.
Have they cast the lead?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Who is it, Dave?
Oh, I can't. You're going to try and make me say his name, aren't you? I can't. I struggle with even saying John Smith at times. I'm not even going to try to pronounce him. He's a good actor, though. Yeah, but whether he's still going to be Blade by the time this comes out, because I think this guy's in his 50s now.
Yeah, he's not a spring
Oh
chicken.
God, he is. Yeah, he's that. Yeah, he's fucking old, isn't he? What the fuck?
So,
if they're going to try and start a franchise on this guy, it's like, what the fuck?
Because he was supposed to do it after the Eternals came out, because his voice is in the after credit scene or whatever it is with the sword.
Just forget that. Get a 30-year-old guy in.
Well, this is the problem. The Bond casting director said there are no young actors with the gravitas anymore to play roles.
Might have a point.
Too much soy lattes.
Jess says the Godzilla Kong movies have been fun to watch. Bob says I like the black and chrome edition of Fury Road.
I did watch that one. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Blade film been a disaster to get made.
Yeah.
Like 2014, I can't believe you haven't enjoyed King of the Monsters or Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I didn't enjoy them. I just thought that was the peak, the 2014 Godzilla movie. But I think it went downhill after that.
Yeah.
Skull Island is decent. It's decent, but the human characters again let it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't like the fucking Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, I don't like him in it. Brie Larson, obviously, I don't like Brie Larson. Full stop. Doesn't matter what Brie Larson does. Yeah, she did go before she started pissing people off. Obviously, yeah, Beetlejuice.
Although she's in Fast 10, wasn't she? That's a comeback.
I've not seen Fast 10.
I haven't seen any Fast and the Furious past, I think, the fourth one.
I definitely recommend 7. 7's a good is fun. 8.
5, 6, 7 are good ones, yeah.
Yeah, 8 is when it started really going downhill. I've not seen 9
and 7. To chimpanzee.
Oh, hang on, bear with me for 10 seconds. Right there, guys. Sorry.
It's only been 10 minutes.
Just hold the fort, Gareth. Wait there.
Nah, I'm going. He's on his own.
Joker sequel will be interesting. Apparently, it's going to be brutal. Was Joker a 15 in the UK?
I think it was an 18 here.
No, it was not an 18.
I don't know.
What? No. Because I went to see it with my son, and he was only about 14 when it came out.
Yeah, it's a Scouse fucking cinema. They don't even.
Yeah, which is playing by the rules. Oh no, it's not playing by the rules. No,
that's a new telly back there, is it? And new piano.
No, it wasn't 18. There's no way the Joker was an 18 certificate in the UK. Absolutely no chance.
All right.
What in that movie made it?
All right, it's 15. It just has strong bloody violence and like. Yeah.
I was going to say, what in that movie made it an 18?
I thought it was restricted for some reason, but because of stuff that happened. But yeah, there you go. In the 90s, it would have been 18, as Fran says, yes.
Son says they'll never give Mel a lead in a major film again. Everything he's done recently has just been straight to streaming.
Sorry about that.
He's got one good film left in him, if it's Lethal Weapon 5, I hope.
Best film I watched this year is Retirement Plan with Nick Cage.
This year, it's only the 28th.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, got a point there. Yeah, good.
In saying that, though, to be fair, I think I've watched the worst film of the year already.
Yeah, it's the Swim.
Night Swim.
Fucking awful. Oh,
absolutely terrible.
Absolutely dog shit. Dog shit film. Oh my god.
So bad.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
I thought Ghost Afterlife was a little too late. Sean says the trailer for Ghostbusters drops tomorrow.
Oh, nice. I'll be jumping on that.
Sean says Ghostbusters Afterlife was really good. The end that made me tear up was lovely tube to Harold Ramis.
Yeah, it was.
80s men.
The new Ghostbusters look like Patton Oswalt. I fucking hate Patton Oswalt. I fucking hate that man.
Fucking hate Patton Oswalt.
I hate Patton Oswalt. Like if Patton Oswalt isn't on the fucking island list, I'd be amazed because that guy is
the island list.
Seedy little man. Oh my god! If you've seen some of his fucking, I like edgy humor, but if you've seen some of the stuff he's done in terms of like just making him look like a full-on paedophile, it's proper. It's just like you're like what? I don't like that guy whatsoever.
He doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me. I haven't seen him in that much. I don't follow him on social.
Also, I follow him on Twitter. He blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, that's gonna.
He blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably blocked you. And how's Gary Lineker doing today?
He hasn't blocked me. He's too big. He's too big to block me.
Yeah, he doesn't know you exist.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt knew I existed because he fucking took the time. That fucking pain in the arse is fucking.
I'm still laughing over Gareth Scout's accent.
I got my trackies on.
Stereotypical.
Everything I learned about Liverpool is from Harry Enfield.
Yeah. 35 years ago.
It hasn't changed.
It's probably the most accurate, to be honest.
I will say so, Gareth. I can guarantee you, the little scrotes who ride around Liverpool on their like fucking bikes are probably dressed exactly the same as the ones in Weston-super-Mare, all black, balaclavas. You know, just they're guaranteed exactly the same.
And they're from Liverpool.
That is true. There is a lot of Birmingham Scousers come down here. It's the first B-side on the motorway, off the motorway.
I don't care for Patton Oswalt. Thank you, Jess. Someone agrees with me. I heard Nicolas Cage is quitting movies and being a TV actor. Like, I don't think he's really got a say in what he does. I mean, at this point, I think he'll just take anything.
Just says yes to everything, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yes. Cage's story is fascinating. Yeah, we definitely need like a Netflix documentary about Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, yeah, I would be all over that.
I'm getting Ben Hur remake vibes from Gladiator 2. Russell Crowe played a fat ghost. Oh yeah, Franz totally with Dave on Equalizer 3.
Yeah.
Don't get me started, Franz. Cavill too old to play Bond.
I don't think he is, you know.
I don't know if that's a question or a statement. I think it's a statement from Sean.
I don't, honestly, I really don't think he is.
He's not too old to play Bond now. He's not too old to play Bond.
No.
Right. If they start to film tomorrow, he could totally play Bond. But if they're going to do 6 movies, do we really want to see like a 53-year-old Henry Cavill? I don't think.
Hey, we got a 58-year-old Roger Moore. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, how old's Sly?
Yeah. Get Sly back. Get Sly in as Bond.
Oh my God.
I'd watch it. He's great in Tulsa King.
Yeah. Bob's going to unsubscribe from your channel, Dave.
Oh well, you'll be the one of many.
It's my advice.
See you later.
She put a star on.
I really enjoyed Equalizer 3. I don't care what anyone says.
Dan says Madden Web is going to tank badly.
It is.
It will.
It's going to suffer.
It looks like a cheap to direct streaming title. Yeah. What happened to Robin's Honey? I liked her. I have no idea.
She was good, yeah. She was in like End of Days and The Craft and such, wasn't she?
She wasn't End of Days yet. I think she was doing a TV series. I can't remember what it was called. I think she like played a detective or something. I could be completely making it up, but
I'm sure you are.
Kind of the last time I saw her. No idea.
Yeah, Fran says Joker was a 15 in the 90s, would have been an 18.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're probably right with that.
Yeah. Jay's going completely off topic. Have you seen some of the pathetic posts about
I'm going.
Yeah.
Football. I'm done.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
See you later, mate. Take care of yourself.
See you later, guys.
Yeah, the clock. I've seen some of my Liverpool mates, mate. You would have thought the parents have just fucking passed away.
It's sad.
Honestly, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, Francis Patton Oswalt is definitely. Yeah, Patton Oswalt he's just. I can't say for legal reasons what I think of Patton Oswalt, but he's definitely one of them, in my opinion.
Like when you say he's on the list.
Well, he's in that fucking bubble, any of those fucking freaks in Hollywood. It wouldn't surprise me. Remember when Oswalt went after the Angry Video game just because he did a video where he said he would never review the Ghost? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I completely forgot all about that.
Yeah, so he's got a very, very inflated ego and a very thin skin, I would say.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot all about he did that. Yeah.
So what I'll have to do tomorrow, I'll have to set up a new Twitter account and then follow Patton Oswalt and just fucking troll him again. And I get blocked again.
Yeah. That's right. That was the series. Sorry, that was it. With Robin Turney, whatever her name was. Yeah. Cheers, Jay. Thank you. I thought I was losing my mind with that one then.
Okay, so we can now move on to the horror releases of 2024. What I'll do, nice. I've got a link to deadline.com, so I'll split the screen.
Yeah.
Let me just. I always forget how to do this. Share screen, and then Chrome tab. Right. Okay. So, can you see that?
I can see it great, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. We just like sort of, the two of us in the side, and then there's the mate that screen. Yeah.
We are, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can only see this screen, you see, so I can't see us. So I
Right,
can't see
okay.
I can't see the chat briefly, but I'll come back to the chat in a few minutes. So, so I think this is kind of running over like the majority of the big horror movies of the year. I mean, there's so much of kind of like there's quite sketchy information.
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend too much time on them. And I mean, a lot of these movies I don't really know a lot about, and so this is just a
same.
countdown. Like Lisa Frankenstein, I know nothing about this film.
No, I'm exactly the same, mate. I think it's supposed to be like a bit of a comedy as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
from what
romantic
I'm
comedy.
gathering?
As a teenage girl looking for love by the fire from
Yeah.
a corpse made by Cowboys. But I mean, I know you're kind of like quite ahead of the loop when it comes to a lot of these new movies dropping because you do a lot of trailer reactions.
Mm.
So a lot of the stuff that I see, dropping, you've covered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but even you don't know about this one, so or
No,
you don't know that much about it. So it's
No,
kind of like.
Not at all. I didn't even know there was like a trailer out or
Yeah.
anything for it. I might have a look at it actually. I might look at it tomorrow.
The fact that, I'm guessing it director Zelda Williams now, unless I'm much mistaken, that's Robin Williams' daughter.
Right, okay.
His daughter's called Zelda,
You're probably right with that.
and
mate, to be honest with you.
Zelda. It's obviously Robert. It's got to be Robin.
Yeah.
So Robin Williams' daughter's definitely directing it. I
Right,
don't know
okay.
what else she's done, but it comes out in 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
the fact
does,
that
yeah.
I don't know anything about this film and it drops in 2 weeks, sort of
I
like
know. Same.
could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'll probably
same.
stay away from. I noticed for the trailer that the way that Frankenstein is basically done in the font of the traditional Frankenstein.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's obviously
yeah.
definitely not some sort of like obscure. I mean, I'm guessing it's some direct connection.
Could be. Yeah, I'll give the trailer a watch tomorrow and just see what's what with that. Yeah.
And then February 14th, Valentine's Day, we've got Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I've not seen the first film. I know you've
Still,
seen it.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't appeal to me. Did you like it? I can't remember if you liked it or not.
I actually, do you know what, mate? I did. I'm one of the few people on this planet that actually didn't mind it, actually enjoyed it, considering how low the budget was for it.
Yeah.
I actually think they did a pretty decent job. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, mate. Like the acting's not the greatest, but but it never is in these kind of movies a lot of the time. Anyway, you're there to see good kills, and there was good kills in it, and the practical effects in it for its budget was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So I took it for what it was, mate. It's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie that just literally, if you just have that in your mind and forget everything else, I think you'll enjoy it.
I've also obviously with the rights to Mickey Mouse kind of ended this year.
Yeah.
So now we're getting this a lot of stuff now that's going to start coming out with like Mickey's Mousetrap.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That's been I don't know if they were like they knew that this was happening, so they started production before like the rights became available. But
that's exactly what's happened, mate.
Based on obviously Steamboat Willie, that persona, but I don't know if this is going to be some kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's sort of thing. I don't know what to do with it. It's Mickey's Mousetrap sounds very
From what I believe, different to what Winnie the Pooh was. Winnie the Pooh is actually Winnie the Pooh in that movie. This is just a serial killer in a Mickey Mouse hat, basically.
Yeah. Walt Disney would be turning in his grave.
He would be.
We've got March 8th, Imaginary, again, a movie I don't know anything. This is a Blumhouse production, so
yeah,
I would probably. But it
can go either way.
The guy who did Fantasy Island, which it got slated. A lot of people didn't like that film. I actually quite thought Fantasy Island was a fun film. I've not Truth or Dare. I don't know if I think I've seen Truth or Dare. I can't remember. Rings a bell. I think I have seen Truth or Dare. It's a few years old, but it wasn't good.
Is that the one where they get like weird faces?
Yes. Yeah.
I'd have to rewatch it.
It was not a good movie. That I remember.
I don't remember much about it at all.
But yeah, it's just more Blum. I mean, I think we know what we're going to get with that. It's just Blumhouse. It's going to be like a 6 out of 10 movie in all likelihood.
But the thing is with Blumhouse recently, it's either going to be one of the worst horror movies you've ever seen, or like one of the better ones. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what you're going to get with
No.
Blumhouse. But I've seen the trailer to that Imaginary, and it does look interesting. But it could go the same way as what Night Swim did.
Yeah.
With that one.
We got the first Omen dropping in April, which is just
Yeah.
again. Is this going to be like another like Exorcist like movie, which is just going to tank? Is it? I mean, I just don't. I can't be hopeful about a new Omen film. I just can't.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know there was going to be one until that trailer dropped a couple of weeks back. The trailer was all right. It doesn't give much away.
Bill Nighy's in it, so I mean, he's a good actor. It's not like he's some sort of B movie who only appears in like shit. He's a reputable actor, but it doesn't really stand for much. I mean, the rest of the cast, I don't know them from Adam. So it's like,
well, I'm assuming with the first Omen, it's going to be a prequel. It's going to be set before the Omen, I would imagine.
well, it sounds I would assume so, but like, so are we going to be setting back to like the 1960s or
60s or something?
70s? Yeah. So it's going to be before 76. That we know that much. Which it can only be a good thing, I think, because at least people are going to get fucking smartphones and you know modern teens and just at least. I mean, I'm all for like a movie that takes it back to that period, but okay, it's something we guarantee a good movie though.
I'm interested in it because the Omen series has never really been one that I've like been too familiar with. You know, I've seen the first one, which it's a great movie, The Omen, but I've never really like it's not one that I'd like would watch every year or watch sequels or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued by a new Omen movie coming out, so it's definitely something that I would take in.
Yeah, the Omen franchise kind of like always plays second fiddle. It's like I always think the Omen always plays second fiddle to The Exorcist.
The Exorcist, yeah.
You know what I mean? In terms of like that religious sort of horror. It came out obviously a few years after The Exorcist, and as a franchise, it's definitely a stronger franchise. In terms of well, I mean, Exorcist 3 kind of tops. Everything bar maybe Omen 1, but
I would agree.
Exorcist 2 was terrible. Apart from 1 and 3 is. I mean, the first 3 Omen films are all like. So I mean, the first one is a classic. 2 and 3 are solid. Is there like isn't there like an Omen 4 from like the 90s
young girl, I think, wasn't it?
I've never seen that. Right. I've not seen that film.
I don't remember if I have or not.
Next up, we've got Radio Silence Monster Thriller, which is a bit of a mouthful, but
it's that Abigail one. So that's what it came out to be. It got the young vampire one that they kidnap a young child that's a ballerina, but it turns out that she's a vampire and they're locked in a mansion with her. Basically,
okay.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah. So that's what that one was.
So why have I got Scream? Why is the picture for it got Ghostface and Margot Robbie? Because that's it's the people. Yeah, so there's no picture for it. Basically, that's Is that confusing? When I was scrolling down, I was thinking, why have I seen like not Margot Robbie? The
one that looks like her though.
She looks a lot like she's Australian as well. It's just like she just looks like Margot Robbie and she sounds like Margot Robbie. And I can't think her name escapes me, but
it's gone with me, mate. But
dropping in May, we've got the guy from the Spider-Man movies, Tom Holland's friend. I can't remember. Jacob,
Tom Holland's
Jacob Batalon Horoscope, which is does it give us any information for this one? Takes on the sensation of a movie about friends who begin to die connected to the fortunes of horoscopes. So it sounds very much, it sounds like the sort of shit I'd enjoy, to be fair. It does sound like the sort of like dopey, like
cheesy,
cheesy summer like movie. I'd probably quite enjoy it. It's very inoffensive. Probably it's probably gonna be like it's not gonna be like rated R like 18. It's probably gonna be like a 15 certificate film. But
oh god, yeah.
But you know what? It's kind of like looks like something's not going to take itself too seriously, which kind of down.
No, hopefully not. No, it's I don't think there's a trailer out for that or anything just
No.
yet, is there? So I'll wait and see till a trailer drops to see what if I would even bother with it, to be honest with you. But yeah,
And then
hopefully it'll be a good one.
In June, we got The Watchers, which is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter is
Yeah.
directing with Dakota Fanning. So Dakota Fanning, like, probably starring, that's promising because, you know, Dakota Fanning's not like she's a, you know, respected actress. It's not like they're getting some nobody in. But I mean, there's probably a bit of nepotism going on here. It's like the fact that it's M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Like, what are the credentials to be getting this movie out? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, my dad is the famous director, so I can direct. So I'll wait and see because, you know, it could be terrible. You know,
could be terrible. It could also be brilliant as well. It could be one of them that you never saw coming.
Yeah, it could be better than some of the shit that Dad's put out. I bet he insists on being in the film.
Oh yeah,
it's a fucking walk-on part.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he'll probably have a bigger role in this one.
Probably, yeah. We've got A Quiet Place Day One. I think we've discussed this before. But obviously,
we have.
Dropping in June. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how far. I'm curious how far back they're going to go before the outbreak in terms, because in A Quiet Place you see day one anyway.
Yeah.
At least you see day one. Well, yeah, you see day one. I mean, like, you know, it's a normal world. You know, nothing's going on. And then obviously it happens. So for this to be day one, this is going to be either they're going to go day one in a different location, or they're going to take it back maybe a month or two and just show how things progress. I don't know.
Is it with the original cast as well?
No, none of the original cast are in this. I don't recognize Lupita Nyong'o, who's was in Us, I think.
Right. Okay. Yes.
I think so. Yeah. Joseph Quinn and Alex Wolff, I think they may be child actors.
Okay.
So obviously Emily Blunt's. I'm assuming Emily Blunt's not going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't make any sense for Emily Blunt to be in it if this is day one. Why would she? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
We have got an M. Night Shyamalan film dropping in August called Trap, and it looks like obviously that's a picture from his last movie with Dave Bautista, but this is very little confirmed. But obviously, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan, I know he gets a lot of hate, but even when his movies are bad, they're kind of like enjoyably bad. You know, the one on the beach where people like age backwards.
Oh, old. Yeah, I still haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's the acting's shocking, and but it's still fun. It's just enjoyably bad. And Knock at the Cabin, I thought was just an enjoyable film. It's not perfect, but it's still an enjoyable film. You know,
he's definitely doing better stuff than what he was doing previously. Though when he had that lull in the middle of the 2000s or whatever, wasn't
definitely,
he? It was just,
definitely.
God, bad.
This is a movie I'm kind of looking forward to, but kind of dreading, because Speak No Evil, which is a European film that came out a couple of years ago, is one of the best horror films probably the last 5 years, in my opinion.
Right. Okay.
If you're not, I think it's a Dutch movie. It's either a Dutch movie or a Danish movie.
Yeah.
But it's about a Dutch couple and a Danish couple who meet on vacation, and then they agree to meet up because they get on well on holiday. So they go, they meet. I think the Dutch couple moved the Danish couple moved to the Dutch couple's like house for like a sort of like vacation.
Yeah.
But the Danish couple are very kind of reserved and, you know, in a Danish way, kind of like don't like to say anything out of place.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dutch couple when they arrive, the Dutch couple are very kind of like, you know,
outspoken.
The complete opposite, basically.
Yeah.
And it becomes more and more awkward and more like weird. And they kind of like don't want to speak up because it's the way they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's probably in the Danish nature, isn't it? But like, if it was English couple, they'd just be like, "Fuck off, you fucking weirdos."
Oh, it'd be a completely different movie.
But so this is I think this is going to be either it's either a British remake or an American remake. I'm not sure because it's got James McAvoy in it. So I don't know if it's James McAvoy in a British movie or James McAvoy in an American movie. And it's also got Mackenzie Davis, who's obviously British as well. So I'm not entirely sure whether it's a British movie or an American movie, but this could be great. It could be terrible. I mean, I love the original. So
I'd say I've seen that pop up on Shudder. and I've
Yeah,
always
it's
never
definitely
going to click. Yeah,
yeah, check it out, mate. It's really good, and
yeah,
it's
I'll
got
give it a go.
it's got a really fucking depressing ending as well.
Oh, God, well, I love them.
Yeah. Yeah. Next up, August 16th, we've got Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Again, Fede Alvarez directing. God, I'm not really looking forward to this.
The only thing, mate, that makes me hopeful is that director. I just hope he can pull something out of this franchise because it's a franchise I love. You know what I mean? I love like Aliens and all that. I love these movies. And Prometheus, I've watched once and it just didn't do anything for me. I know there are fans of that movie, but
I don't mind it.
For me, it did. Yeah, for me, it didn't do anything. The last one, what was that last one called?
Covenant.
That was it. Same.
Yeah.
It just, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that this guy has done something for the franchise, kind of galvanized it. Hopefully,
this is set in the same universe, but not directly connected to the. So,
yeah,
you know, this
I
is
believe
something a
it's
little
set
bit
between the first two movies, I believe. So, but there was like a big gap between Alien and Aliens anyway in years, wasn't there?
Yeah,
so, but it's set somewhere.
Was it like 200 years? Was it 50? Was it? Was it like 200 years or like 80 years? Or so? It was a lot. It was like basically.
Was it like 86 years, maybe, or something? 800. I'm not. Someone's going to tell us in the chat anyway. I'm sure.
It was a massive. It was a massive jump. It was a couple of generations of a jump.
Yeah.
You know, like Sigourney Weaver, like grandparents would have been dead. Grandchildren would have been dead by this point, I think.
Yeah. So, well, the daughter like died of old age, didn't she?
Yeah.
So there was So it was a big thing, a big gap in that. But I've liked his movies, mate. I really enjoyed the Evil Dead reboot that he did, and I liked Don't Breathe. I thought was pretty solid as well. So I'm hopeful for this.
We've got Beetlejuice 2 coming in September as well. Obviously, Tim Burton's on board again. Still got Michael Keaton. We've got Jenna Ortega. Winona Ryder's on board. Monica Bellucci. It's a solid cast, stacked cast like Jenna Ortega, William Dafoe.
Yep.
So, you know, everything's in place. Obviously, the script's got to be on point. And it's, 35 years after the original. So that could be the only real sort of issue.
Stumbling block.
I mean, it's just one of them, isn't it? It's like a 35-year sequel. They don't always end up well, do they? So
they don't. No. The difference is, though, mate, with Beetlejuice 2, I'll be there probably opening night to watch that movie because I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's kind of like our generation kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't see a lot of younger people probably running to watch this.
No.
But I'm interested just to see like Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice again because he's probably the best thing of that first movie for me. So it's going to be interesting.
October, we've got Smile. This is obviously coming into October. There's going to be quite a few big hits. Smile 2, like the first film.
Yeah.
Didn't think it needed a sequel, to be fair, but
no,
we're getting a sequel. Obviously made money, so that's why we're getting a sequel.
That's right. If it's horror, mate, and the first one made money, there's a sequel coming.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the lack of, the surprise element's gone because we know what we're going to be in for.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Gallner's back as obviously the cop, who's obviously like the main guy in the original film. I like him. I think he's a good actor.
He is a good actor. Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to go with this one. Obviously, it's a direct sequel to the first film, but I think it's just going to be more of the same. I think it's this. I don't think too much thought went into this film. I think it's just a case of more of the same. Churn out another sequel.
Yeah. It's going to be more of the same. I think it's right that they're following his character as well, because that makes sense, considering what happened at the end of the first one,
Yeah.
Well, I'm intrigued by it, mate, because Smile was a nice surprise for me. Like, overall, I enjoyed it. Like, the last act, the ending and stuff, I thought was kind of typical Hollywood horror as we get in the modern era. It's just, to me, with horror, with stuff like that, particularly Smile, less is more. I don't think we needed to see what we saw.
No,
if you understand,
at the end, the ending kind of like we didn't need to see that. And once you've revealed that in the first film, if you go to a sequel, then you've played your cards. So it's kind of like
you've done them already.
Before we get on to Terrifier 3, let's just quickly just fucking eviscerate that fucking awful Night Swim movie. What a fucking pile of shite that film was.
Oh,
I know
mate.
I know it's dropped in January, so we don't expect anything too good in January. I'll come back to the comments as well now. Night Swim, what a fucking atrocious film that was.
Oh, it was.
I mean,
it was
just
so bad. Like I said in my review, mate. I think I fell asleep for a solid 15 minutes.
yeah.
And
And
that
you woke up
honestly,
and nothing had changed.
nothing. I
No.
still caught up with everything. I'm pretty sure nothing happened because I didn't really hear any sound or anything. I thought the film was just boring. Like, just I believe it was. I found out it was a short originally. It was a YouTube short, and it should have just stayed that way.
Yeah, a
It's
bit like
oh,
Lights
God.
Out was similar. Lights Out was
Yeah.
another film I didn't enjoy, and then that was a short, and then they turned that into a full blown film, and that was
Well,
pretty shit as well.
It was yeah, I was kind of more I was okay with it. I wasn't like I didn't like dislike it, but I didn't love it. I was okay. I was in the middle with it. But God, if you watch Night Swim and then watch Lights Out, it'll make Lights Out a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought it was yeah. yeah. Do you know what, mate? I only watched it like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've completely forgot about a good portion of that film already. Yeah, awful. Absolutely fucking awful.
Let's just jump into the comments. Bob says it's Blumhouse, it must be shite. David Gulgreen is off the upcoming Exorcist, probably a good thing. Yes, probably is.
Yeah, probably is.
It doesn't matter who does it, it'll be shit. I don't like that franchise at all.
Uh-huh.
The first and second Owen movies are good. I can prefer the second one because they up the gore. It's a nastier film. The teenage kid who plays Damien does a good job. Yeah, he's
creepy
as fuck in that film.
Yeah, there's definitely films I need to give a rewatch to.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Is Russell Grant in Horoscope?
Russell Grant. God, I haven't heard that name in years.
Russell Grant. I should have in the past. We don't like him, friends. Saw him in Panto once. I wonder if he's still slim. Was he ever slim?
Was he slim?
Oh, he lost weight. Yeah, he was fat and then he lost weight, but he's probably fat again.
Yeah, probably. But even when he lost weight, he still looked fat.
I wonder what Mystic Meg is doing now. Mystic Meg died last year.
She didn't see that coming.
She didn't see that coming, no. You took the words right out of my mouth. She's probably cleaning floors in a knocking shop somewhere. She never got the prediction race on the lottery. No, she didn't. Tommy Alien Comet was such a waste. Yes.
Yeah, they were, mate.
I actually enjoyed producer time. Did nothing with it. All right, what's up, Griff? Not long time no see. I have no faith in Tim Burton directing anything new. I can see Beetlejuice being a CGI nightmare.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Burton said that he's focused on practical effects. What Spielberg said the same thing about Crystal Skull. Okay, let's get back into the. So we got Terrifier 3, October 25th. Yeah. A Christmas movie but releasing in October.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure about that, the logic of that, but obviously you want to get that Halloween audience, but then you're setting it at Christmas, which seems a bit weird. But
it's a little bit strange, but I think it'll work. I think all the other Terrifiers, they've all come out in like October time, haven't they? If I remember right, it's kind of been around that time anyway. So, they're going to keep to that. But I think it's genius having a Christmas setting for this. And I know there was a few fans. I remember when the trailer came out, and obviously they were showing it was going to be set at Christmas. Well, like proper kicking off over it, which I could not understand because I think horror set at Christmas is just always a fantastic idea for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not like a ton of like Christmas horror movies, so you kind of like that's one of those like ones you can always rewatch at Christmas. It's like because like how many movies are set during Halloween? It's like,
oh yeah, they've got thousands, if not millions. But I'm really looking forward to Terrifier 3. Like I'm a big fan of this franchise, man, and you just know they're gonna just up it even more from the second one. So God knows what we're going to see. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll skip over because we discussed there Nosferatu. We got Adrift, which is Jared Leto with Darren Aronofsky.
I instantly don't care.
Yeah. Supernatural ghost story set aboard the ship. It's Blumhouse is involved, so
Oh well. Nope.
I'm always like kind of like thinking that might be a good thing because when I read it, I thought, oh fucking hell, Darren Aronofsky is like can be a bit pretentious. Jared Leto can be pretentious at times.
Oh, I can't stand him, man.
And then he mentioned Blumhouse, but maybe it's going to be a dumb horror film I could get on board with. But
soon as I saw Jared Leto, mate, my interest just died instantly.
We got Arcadian with Nicolas Cage, another Nicolas Cage movie. I don't know, not an awful lot. It's a post-apocalyptic set where they must fight for the survival once a threat. Him and his two sons once the threat emerges. That's all we know about it at this point. So,
right.
This one I've seen a lot of talk of. This one, which is I think it's dropping.
It's out now. Well, in the UK anyway.
On this website, it's saying to be determined.
Yeah,
but I was going to say I've seen a lot of mention of this film. This is a British
Friday.
film, is it? Oh, so is this a British film?
Yes. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah. And from what I've heard, mate, it hasn't received a good reaction at all.
There's Peter Mullen's in it. I like Peter Mullen, but I mean,
yeah, the trailer looked good, man. It was creepy, but I haven't seen a positive review as of yet.
There's one. I'm sure you'll be really ecstatic to see the Crow reboot.
Mate, has it been filmed? Is it even like? Is it happening? Or?
It's to be determined at the minute. So I'm guessing there's probably still in some sort of a production stage because there's no official release date yet.
Oh, mate, they've been talking about doing a Crow reboot for what I feel like.
It's Bill Skarsgård. So Bill Skarsgård's playing the Crow, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was never the biggest fan of the Crow film anyway, so I couldn't shit about this.
Yeah, I like the Crow. I mean, the sequels are bad, but I like the original, and I wouldn't mind seeing a reboot of the Crow. I think it would work, but I don't know. I think that just the longer it goes on, I think just the less interest in that property there is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but we'll see.
Next we've got Dust Bunny, which says Mrs. Mads Mikkelsen. It follows a young girl who asks her neighbours to help her kill a monster under her bed after she thinks it has eaten her family. So this and Sigourney Weaver's in it as well.
Okay.
So solid casting.
He is, and he's really good as well.
Yeah, he is.
So I'm actually intrigued by that.
Now this one, I don't know whether this is like a nod to like the Faces of Death, like the notorious movie from like the 70s or the 80s. That's Thingo from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
So Faces of Death story follows a woman who discovers violent videos that recreate death scenes from movies online. So it definitely is a nod. It's definitely a nod to that movie. Obviously,
it says it's the remake of the 1978 movie by the same name. There you go. So
yeah, but it's not going to be a direct because that wasn't even a proper. That was just like a montage of like. So
I think this will be a proper movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Yeah, I mean the fact that some like Charlie XCX, who's like a pop star, she ain't gonna be in some sort of dodgy like snuff movie with like fucking. You know what I mean? I mean somebody from Saved by the Bell's in it. I mean, come on, it's like some like nasty snuff film has got like these sort of people in it. Next we've got Heretic, which is this is Scott Beckham returned in Heretic, the writers of A Quiet Place, who shifted to sci-fi. The movie is set in Yellow to star Yellow Jacket Sophie Thatcher and the Fablemans Chloe Easter, two girls with Hugh Grant playing the creepy older man.
Oh, okay.
So
A24 production as well.
No,
A24
is it?
Yeah, by the looks of it, mate. A24.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll tell you what, mate, that kind of piques me interest a little bit, not for the A24 part, but weirdly enough, Hugh Grant, man, he's been knocking it out of the park recently.
Yeah.
With his performances, ever since The Gentleman, which I thought
moved away from his.
Yeah.
He's kind of moved. He was too typecast, I think. It's like that upper class sort of, like
romantic lead.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
But he's older now. He's like in his 60s, so he can't really.
Yeah.
He has to like sort of branch out now. And
He has to a little bit now. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Hugh Grant anyway. Like he's never bothered me. I've actually quite liked his movies,
yeah,
But I thought he was fantastic in The Gentleman. Like, and I loved
he
that
was,
movie.
yeah.
And
it's a
he
great
was
film.
he was so good. But some of the performances he's been doing recently, he's been absolutely brilliant, Hugh Grant. So that
Yeah.
actually, if in a horror movie playing a creepy old guy, I think could actually work. So yeah, I'm intrigued by that.
Next, we've got Immaculate. Immaculate story follows Sweeney's character, a devout Christian, and an Italian convent who learns that there are dark secrets hidden there. It sounds a bit Suspiria-ish.
It does.
Um,
It does. First time hearing about that movie, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Longlegs, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah. But this is the one I only just heard about recently, mate. So like I said, there was 3 cryptic short teasers that were released this month. I don't know whether any more's been dropped or whatever. But I managed to find on YouTube like all 3 of them put together. So I did a trailer reaction to it. And they are creepy. And when I say creepy, I mean creepy. And it's effective. The trailers are very effective.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out.
And it looks like it does have potential. Like I say, I believe Nicolas Cage is playing a serial killer being chased down by an FBI agent. So, do you know what? It could be one of them where it could really work. Because for me, Nicolas Cage, as much crap as he does nowadays, I still think he's a solid actor, man.
Yeah.
And I think he could really pull off like a creepy serial killer if done right. So I'm intrigued by it.
Next up, we got obviously like one of the biggest releases, assuming it comes out 2012, is Maxine, obviously.
It will definitely come out this year.
Definitely looking forward to this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love X, Goth, Mia Goth.
Mia
Pearl,
Goth, yeah.
I like Pearl. I still think X is the better film.
I still need to watch Pearl, mate.
Most people disagree with me, but most people say Pearl's better. I think X is better. But Ty West just been, killing it with those two, and to knock out, if this drops this year, which it will do, and if this movie hits a home run, like the first 2 movies do. I mean, not many directors can knock out 3 great horror movies in the space of like 4 or 5 years. The way
exactly, mate.
This guy's doing, and
yeah,
it's obviously this is set in the 80s LA, the porn scene and all that. So I can't wait. I'm just hoping we see like somebody playing like Ron Jeremy.
Oh, that would be so good.
And who's the other guy from that time?
John Holmes.
John Holmes, yeah.
I am so worried that I know that straight away.
Yeah.
John Holmes, yeah. Yeah, I'm intrigued by this one myself, mate. I still need to watch Pearl, and I will get around to watching it. I loved X. I thought X was just a solid horror movie. And I think Ty West, again, he's just like, I look forward to anything he does now. He's one of them directors now that if I see his name attached to something, I'm instantly like, yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah,
so
I think I pretty much watched everything he'd done after watching X. I just went back and because I think there's a few. I mean, I think Ty West done The Sacrament.
I haven't seen. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, The Sacrament is. I'm sure Ty West did The Sacrament.
Probably did. Yeah, he did The Innkeepers.
Yeah, The Innkeepers is. Yeah, I like The Innkeepers. It's not for everyone, but I liked it.
I liked it as well.
The Sacraments is definitely a must. Definitely a must watch.
And that other one he did, was it House of the Devil? That one?
Yeah, House of the Devil again. That's like set in the 80s, and it's a slow burn because not a lot happens.
No, but it's brilliant though.
It just builds slowly, but yeah. And
I love the tension of that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what the fuck's going on, really. It's just like,
yeah,
you're not really sort of what the threat is. If you know what I mean, it's like,
yeah, it's so good though. It's one of my favorites, that film. But like, it's done like an old style 70s horror movie though, which I really like as well.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Never Let Go of Halle Berry. It's from Alexander Aja, who I love. So I'm looking forward to this one. Halle Berry headlines the movie about a family who's been tormented by an evil spirit for years as their lives become more dangerous when one of the kids question the evil is real. It's Lionsgate as well, so this is probably going to be solidly entertaining. I don't think it's going to be any sort. It's not going to like reinvent the wheel, but
No,
you know,
no. But I've liked that director as well. I've enjoyed the movies he's done. Like I
Yeah.
love the Hills of Eyes remake. Absolutely love it. And
And
I enjoyed Crawl. I thought Crawl was like pretty good little monster. Monster.
Have you
movie
seen
kind of thing.
Have you seen High Tension? The French
No,
film?
I haven't, but it is on my list, mate.
Yeah, that's definitely worth watching.
Yeah,
I think it's called Switchblade Romance in the UK because I bought it on DVD years ago.
right.
I've still got it somewhere. It's called Switchblade Romance in the UK, but it's more well known by the American
By
name
High
High
Tension.
Tension.
Yeah.
The one with Melissa Barrera, obviously recently fired from Scream. This is dropping at some point this year. The movie follows Barrera's character Taylor. She becomes a contestant on a reality TV dating show to find love.
Oh.
Taylor's experience takes a turn as she gets down to the final three and becomes terrified of not finding love. It's Nicholas Hoult in it as well.
Right. Okay.
So this looks like not a straight out horror movie, more of a, like a
Could be like a thriller, like a Sleeping with the
Yeah,
Enemy kind of thing, or
possibly.
something like that.
Yeah, it's hard to judge by that.
Yeah. Interesting though.
Yeah, we
Good
got Return to Silent Hill.
Oh, you just know that's going to be fucking awful, don't you?
Well, I mean, how many
It's
years
just-
was it? I mean, is it like 15 years since the last movie? And it's going to be no connection to the last movie. Sean Bean's certainly not going to be in it.
No. It's I think it will be. What do you know? The weird thing is with the Silent Hill franchise and that, like the game. Like I remember playing the game when I was like 18, 19 years old, and the game generally scared me. It was one of the first games that actually like really creeped
On
me
the
out.
old PlayStation 1, wasn't it? I
On
think.
the PlayStation 1, mate, yeah. Especially the part when you go into the school and then you go into the courtyard and it all changes into that alternative reality and everything.
Yeah.
Man, it creeped me out. I love the game.
Yeah, plus,
And I
controlling
actually-
the character was hard in those.
Oh,
in the-
God,
it's like
yeah, it
Resident
was,
Evil. You couldn't fucking move. You couldn't control where you were going half the time.
No, you could just walking into walls all the time.
I
and
know,
stuff,
yeah.
But I loved the game and everything. And when the first film came out, I actually didn't think it was too bad. I thought the film was all right, but
Yeah.
God, like
Bit
the
long.
other one, it was a bit, yeah. But the other one, the sequel that came out to that was fucking awful. The 3D one or whatever
Yeah.
that one was called, I can't remember. But that was the last Silent Hill film we got, wasn't it?
I think. I'm not even. I'm not even
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not even 100% sure. But
It's hard to tell. I mean, there's movies like which I assume was the last in the franchise. Then I go on IMDb and it turns out there's been like 7 since. Like we
Yeah,
did the House on Haunted Hill watch along last night, me and
Yeah.
Gareth, and I didn't even know there'd been a sequel in 2007.
Yeah, but yeah, the Return to Haunted Hill
I
was
never
it
even,
called or
didn't
something?
even know anything about it. Never even knew that film existed.
haven't even seen
Apparently
it,
it's shit.
so
So
Yeah. But
um,
Return to Silent Hill, I need the trailer first, man. I'll watch the trailer to it and see what it's going to show us. But I just instantly just looking at that, I just think, oh, it's just going to be a cash grab piece of fucking trash.
so up next we got Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
No more needs to be said about Salem. We all know Salem's Lot.
Which is
Obviously,
weird.
I'm assuming this is a full remake. By
Yeah.
the sounds of it, it's not any sort of like sequel, prequel.
No.
Yeah, it's taken. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been like 45 years since the movie, but basically more
Yeah,
close
yeah.
to 45 years. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't. I mean, Stephen King they're just dredging up everything. Stephen King nowadays. So
Mate, yeah.
that guy
Must be making a fortune.
He must be so fucking rich.
He must be now. But that film was supposed to come out like 2022 and then 2023. And then its dates got moved like 2 or 3 times last year. And then like there's just no date on it. Just makes me think, man, I bet you it's terrible. That's even if they even release it. You know what Warner Brothers have been like recently? They might just go, well, do you know what? Let's not bother. Or it might just drop straight on Max or something and not even get a theatrical release.
Yeah.
You could see something like that happening, couldn't you?
Next up, we've got Shelby Oaks, which is Chris Stuckman, the YouTuber.
Yeah.
Come from him. He's obviously funded it. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know an awful lot about it. Obviously, he's used as he's obviously been making good money off YouTube for the last few years. He's obviously like put some money aside and decided to fund his own movie. So good,
Yeah.
good on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could be maybe that could be you in 10 years, Dave.
You know, I
That could be going through a movie's 2034 list, and there's a directorial debut by Savage Zombie Reviews.
Oh mate, I definitely don't have the talent for that. I'd be on the catering, making sandwiches and cups of teas, mate. That's what I'd be. But you know what? I'm actually looking forward to checking it out, to be honest with you, because I like Chris Stuckman. He's always been one of my favorite reviewers on YouTube. I've always liked watching his reviews, and he comes across as a decent guy as well.
Sure he is.
And he has and he's very passionate about horror. So I'm intrigued about what he's done.
Next up, well, okay, the Strangers trilogy, which I'm really looking forward to. But so I don't know how they're working this. So they're going to drop one movie every couple of months, every year, or
right. So
it's 3 films, right? So
yeah. So
and I don't entirely sure, like, why is there a trilogy all dropping? And is this a sequel to Prey at Night, or is this a prequel? Like, what is this?
So I've gathered some kind of information, but take it with a pinch of salt, because I've seen like different versions. But the one I'm probably going to go with, that I would rely on the most, is this is set before the first one.
It would make sense because they all die in the fucking...
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, or unless it's different people, who knows? Unless it's like a cult of people. So you could have done it that way. It could have been different people just dressed up and then go off, But I think this is set before the original Strangers. From what I can gather, the first Strangers, which is going to be called Chapter 1.
There is actually a trailer that I've just not seen, and I don't want to watch it because I kind of want to
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I watch the trailer, it'll probably explain it all, but I kind of want to go in blind.
Yeah. Well, it comes out in May. So I'm not too sure what they're going to do, but then when I had a look at it, Fangoria, the other day, it's got the other two don't have release dates as of yet, but they've still got them down as 2024.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Imagine that to bring in every movie out this year. That seemed like a bit of a.
But
actually,
I thought
Fear Street on Netflix.
Well, that's what I was just going to. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, because I wasn't too sure whether it was going to be a theatrical release or not. Because then I thought, well, if they've got 3 of them, is it going to drop on like Amazon Prime or Shudder or Netflix even? Like they did with Fear Street, and then they put out one a week, which worked. But no, this is coming onto cinemas, so who knows? But if the first one flops, I mean, what are they going to do then?
I know, yeah, exactly. But I'm sorry, I'm looking. That is one of the ones I am really looking forward to.
Same, mate. Same. Absolutely.
Next, we've got Fred and Insidious Tale. So this is obviously a spin-off from the Insidious franchise.
Right.
So
I still haven't seen the last one.
No, I have not.
No.
So it tells an entirely separate story following characters played by Kumail Nanjiani and Mandy Moore. They play a husband and wife who use a spell to travel back in time to prevent their daughter's death, which has worse consequences than imagined. So, I mean, they're just using the Insidious brand, I think, now to try and basically. That's. I've not really got much hope for this one, to be fair.
No, I'm the same, mate. I'm the same.
Second to last movie now, Weapons with Pedro Pascal. Building on the success of Barbarian, which I loved in 2022. Craig's next movie is an original horror epic that has drawn comparisons to Magnolia. The movie is currently titled Weapons and is meant to star Pedro Pascal. So there's very little known about this. But if the guy who directed Barbarian's on board, I mean, that was one of the highlights of 2022 for me. I thought Barbarian was a great movie.
I still need to check that out, mate. To be
You've
honest
not seen
with
Barbarian?
Not yet, mate. No.
Oh man, you definitely need to check that out.
I've heard.
Yeah.
No, what I will do, mate. It's definitely actually, weirdly enough, I might be watching it soon, next couple of weeks, actually. Yeah. So.
Last but not least, we got Witchboard, which is it's a reimagining of the classic 86. They say the classic 1986 horror movie, a movie that I barely remember. So
exactly,
I wouldn't say it's a classic. I mean, the classic 80. I barely remember that film. I don't even know if I've seen the film. So I'll say it's a classic.
Isn't there like something like 5 or 6 sequels or something? Isn't there like? Oh, I don't know. No idea.
The horror movie remake comes from director Chuck Russell. You'll like this: A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and The Blob.
Oh,
so that's a definitely
Interesting.
I mean, that's I'm on board now. If he's connected to the Blob and Nightmare
And
on
Elm
Elm
Street
Street 3,
3. Yeah.
I'm definitely on board with that. Anyway, that was your 2024 horror movie preview. So some good-looking movies some terrible-looking movies coming down the line, and some
Mhm.
what may be surprisingly bad, surprisingly good.
Yeah, there's definitely potential, but I would, like we were saying before, I think we've already seen the worst horror movie of the year. I don't think anything can be as bad as Night Swim, mate. I really don't.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'll be surprised as well.
Let's go back into the chat because I completely abandoned it for a while. Fran says, appreciate Aronofsky, but Jared Leto can fuck off. Jared Leto's just one of those guys who just, you can imagine just sat in a coffee shop, just like with his little tiny little cup of coffee, thinking he's just like the big Bobby Big Bollocks, thinking he's the be all and end all. I'm just like,
reading a poetry book.
Yeah, too much soy for you, mate. You need to get yourself a can of Heineken.
Kind of special brew.
Yeah, just
pack a Lambert Butler.
Fuck off back to Beverly Hills. Yeah. I remember Bradley Cooper was attached to the Crow remake after The Hangover. Odd choice. Yeah, very odd choice.
Yeah. So was Jason Momoa for a long time.
R.I.P. Septic Peg, by the way. Who's Septic Peg?
I don't know. But why do I know that name?
It does ring a bell, but I can't. I think I've seen that name.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Hugh Grant has improved as an actor. I appreciate. I used to hate him. Yeah,
yeah, he's putting in some great performances at the moment.
Mia Goth is in trouble for something. What's up, Lord? Good evening, Toad Holes. Yes, Toad in the Hole is a British speciality. You just need to appreciate English cuisine, John.
Septic Peg was a character from the Brian Connolly show. That's how I recognise that name. He's probably just said that because it was a piss take of Mystic Meg.
Okay. Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Do you remember? That's how I remember that. Greg and I haven't heard that name in years, man. Or Brian Conlon or whatever his name was. Yeah, that's that.
I have two films I never returned to love film. One is Hills of Eyes remake, the other is Dumb and Dumber 2. Same as Lot remake. What next? The remake of Cat's Eye? Yes. Well, we had that. Did I not? No. We had a remake of Firestarter, didn't we?
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, we didn't have a remake of Cat's Eye. Although we are getting a remake of Cat's Eye, I think.
Wasn't that supposed to be like a series? Cat's Eye. If I remember reading something like
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Of it or something.
Griff says I wouldn't be surprised they were remaking Cat's Eye right now. I saw Cat's Eye for the first time about 2 weeks ago. It's all a bit over the shop. I like Cat's Eye.
I haven't seen it for years, but I remember liking it. I thought it was different.
I wasn't crazy about the animal cruelty in it. I don't know. That's about a cannibal holocaust, are we? Griffin says
Friday the 13th.
Every movie is now a classic according to blog writers. Yes, well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that just about sums up our coverage. It's not going to be a 3-hour stream tonight. I know we lost. And what time you work tomorrow? You work at 7.
Yeah, my first day shift, mate. So I used to do nights, and then my last night shift was on Thursday night going into Friday morning, which I just I'm so happy about, mate. Honestly, so I'm in the same job. I've just moved to different shifts.
So does that mean
I'm going to be doing like day/evening shifts instead of nights now?
Okay, so if you want to like stream a bit earlier in the future, like on a Sunday night, we could always do like go for prime time.
Yeah.
So like it wouldn't be prime time on my channel, but that's the thing, because like people on the East Coast who watch like it's like but we might be able to like eat into some of Gareth's audience and maybe take away. Maybe I might just maybe we could just go live at the same time as Gareth and try and take away some of his audience.
Go head to head with Gareth.
Yeah, because
I think we'd lose, mate.
I wouldn't mind doing like a 7 p.m. 8 p.m. stream for a change rather than doing like because I mean last time when Jonathan jumped on him, it was like I think it was I got to bed about 3 a.m.
Yeah,
I was in work at 8 o'clock. It's like fucking hell. That's why I tried to get it started tonight at 11 because it's not too bad. we've done an hour and a half. We've covered quite a lot in the space of
Yeah.
90 minutes as well.
Yeah.
Griffin says, "What, Mike? What do you think of Conan the Barbarian?" I love Conan the Barbarian. I mean, it's not my favorite Arnie film, but in terms of that era, I mean, I much prefer that to Red Sonja. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well, when I was a kid, I used to watch Conan the Destroyer, the second one, constantly. Like I absolutely loved the second one. So just for nostalgic reasons, I prefer Conan the Destroyer just because of how much I loved it as a kid. But the first Conan's a better movie.
Yeah,
for sure.
I used to love Beastmaster with Mark
Oh
Singer. And Tanya Roberts was so fucking hot in that film, and she went on to do softcore as well. So in the 90s, she went into softcore. So I managed to see more of her in the 90s than I did even in Red Sonja. So not Red. Sorry, not Red Sonja then.
Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
It's a Beastmaster.
You had back in the mid 80s, like after Conan, you kind of like you had Red Sonja, you had Beastmaster, and then you had Did you ever watch the? Oh my God, what were they called? They made two of them. They came out like this, like mid to late 80s. They were called Death Slayer.
Jesus Christ!
They were like even lower budget than Beastmaster. They were like kind of like really low budget, but they were still like
hell, mate. I remember seeing them in the video shop.
Yes, VHS covers.
Yeah.
Christ,
bloody hell, man! I haven't thought about them in probably since then. Yeah.
That's what I remember most about. It's like Beast, whatever it's called.
I think it was the young. Stalker. That's it. Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
It was those VHS covers back in the 80s. Just like that. That's why I remember that film so much. And I probably didn't see that film actually until probably about like the early 2000s, because I never ever actually rented that. No, because there was a lot of films in the back in the video store in the day, which I never actually rented out. I just used to look at the covers and then just go rent out whatever the new release was, and then never. That was always like in the video store I used to go to. It was like you'd walk in, it was only small. This is way before the Blockbuster days. You'll know yourself. The 80s.
Yeah.
You'd walk in and like it'd only have like 3 aisles, very small aisles. So the middle aisle would be the new releases, and then the left aisle would be horror, sort of like sci-fi and pornos, which they were on the top shelf. And then the other aisle would be like video games.
Yeah.
Like all the old Commodore games. So you used to go in and you used to go to the left aisle, which was in the corner, but you couldn't see you, and you'd all be like looking up the pornos, and we were too small to get them down. Because obviously they were like sort of like right up there. We were only like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
But we'd be able to see a little bit of the cover. And then obviously underneath them was all like the sci-fi, 80s sci-fi and all the 80s horror movies. And a lot of those horror movies I didn't actually check out for a long time afterwards, because it was always a case of just used to get the new releases. So the new releases at that time were 80s movies themselves. It was just like, this is like late 80s though. So by the time I was going to the VHS store, like by myself or with my friends, we weren't old enough to get them out anyway, because they were 18. So we had to get out the 15s and the PGs. And if we wanted the 18s, we had to go and get our fucking dad to come and get them for us.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time we were just getting out the 15s and the PGs. So so a lot of those 18 movies that were knocking about in the VHS store, which were from those early 80s movies, I didn't actually see probably until like the 90s or the 2000s, and they were fucking hard to get hold of. Like once the VHS store being killed off by Blockbuster, a lot of those movies kind of just disappeared off the radar because Blockbuster weren't really pushing those sort of films, so they were just pushing newer stuff.
Yeah, I mean, good luck trying to find them now. Actually,
so
they're not going to be on Blu-ray or anything.
Well, a lot of the movies I saw, a lot of the classic horror movies from the 70s and the 80s, I didn't actually see until basically online. It was when online rental came out with Amazon and Blockbuster, where you could just go onto their website and find the sort of stuff you could never find in physical stores. Like Black Christmas, I didn't see Black Christmas until the 2000s.
I was pretty late with Black Christmas as well.
Yeah. Because that was never in the VA. That was never in the video store.
No.
Maybe it was on the Video Nasties list. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
so there were
What a
movies
movie
which
that is.
were movies which weren't in the UK in the 80s until that ban was lifted anyway.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
but anyway, that's a nice little tale of the VHS stores from the 80s. We've got Gary, what's up, man? The Sword and the Sorcerer's number one.
Yes, that's right. He's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Tanya James Roberts. Griffin says, I love that you can hear Roger mutter God while he helps her out of the burning elevator. Lauren says, ever seen Fulci's Conquest? It's kind of sort of Sword and Sandals fantasy. I think I've not seen Fulci's Conquest. I will have to check them out.
Yeah.
I had a feeling as soon as the Lord said, have you seen? I thought, I'm not going to have seen this film. I'll have to check it. The scene in Cat's Eye where the cat gets electrocuted, it may have good special effects, but it'll pretty convincing.
Wow.
They must have just killed the cat.
They might have done. It was the 80s.
Yeah. I'll look out for that. Roger was too old for that shit. Anyway, I think we've covered all bases tonight. It's getting late and I need to go to bed.
Yep, me too.
Dave, thanks for jumping on board.
Oh, always a pleasure, mate. Always enjoy doing these with you.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you to Gareth as well, who jumped on earlier on. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much. What have you got coming up on your channel, Dave?
Well, I've got The Evil Dead from 1981 movie review out on Tuesday. That's definitely happening. That's 100% locked in. That's done. And then I've got The Evil Dead 2 from 1987 dropping on Thursday. So I'll have 2 reviews out this week.
Nice.
And then might gather some stuff together. And if I can get a movie news video out over the weekend, I will do. But I might just wait till more stuff drops. So it makes it, more worth doing it. But definitely 2 Evil Dead reviews coming out this week anyway.
Absolutely. I will be live next Sunday doing a reaction video or like counting down a top 30 slasher movies of all time. One of those website lists of top 30. I'll be doing that live hopefully next Sunday. So anyway, if everyone jumped on, thank you. And we'll see you guys later.
Thank you, everybody.